So,
Oh yeah. There we go.
all right, Brendan. How did it feel? When Marshy scored, how did that feel when you're like, "Oh my God, I'm a champion"? Like, what do I do? How'd you throw the gloves and how'd you lift the cup? How'd that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely kind of like a moment of like what, you know, just kind of like holy shit, like this just happened, and especially with our comeback um and uh and yeah, it was just like a moment of holy shit, and then just like all hell breaking loose and grabbing the first guy you could find and yeah, I mean just uh jumped in the first pile and was like shit, got to go down and see Willie and Willie was standing on his head all damn year and made my rush down there and just celebrating with whoever the hell I could find next, um and was super cool, on top of it, it was kind of a rough week for me in a sense, family wise. I had my grandma had passed away, and so we had a couple of boys. A handful of guys ended up showing up to the funeral and everything, and a bunch of the captains were down there, and that was like just shows how much of a brotherhood we had there, and then on top of that, I ended up having my grandpa was down there, and my grandma on my other side came down, and so they all got to be there, and everybody's so obviously we have our whole celebration, everything freaking out, and cup gets passed out, and that was just awesome, just never been able to win anything, right? And finally getting, first year pro, end up winning the championship was just like was absolutely awesome, especially with the full circle that it had for me, at least with growing up in that area and stuff. And so then back to on top of it, it was just like having my grandpa there after everything, and then my grandma on the other side there too, on top of my family, my mom, dad, stepbrother, or stepdad, stepmother, um, siblings, stepsister, all of them were there to be able to celebrate with me, and rushing the ice and everything too after, and so that was just like super cool again to have that experience and those memories with those guys too. So
Wow, dude, you're gonna make me freaking cry. That's nuts. Cool.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
pretty
no, don't have
awesome.
to make me cry. What the fuck? So I'm sorry about that. Wow, that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
awesome, man.
to do that for her and then your whole family, that's amazing. Like the game that you
Yeah,
love and you're still playing it, bro. It's
yeah.
awesome, dude. Um, wow. Didn't know I could
I've
cry
told
on the podcast.
I've told the story a couple times, and it doesn't get very easy. But yeah, I had a couple times to explain it before to a couple of people. It's like hard to work on the tears and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely an emotional time, right?
I
So
mean, yeah, I know what kind of guy you are. I mean, you're hard nosed and then like, geez, wow. That's amazing to do that, man,
yeah.
for the fam and for yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so the boys were rowdy. Like, how was the crowd after you guys won it?
I mean, everybody went ballistic. But then we ended up doing our whole thing, and then a bunch of families started coming out on the ice, like I was saying, and so everybody's kind of doing their own thing there, and I that's where I kind of got lost in everything and running around taking pictures with all the family and everything, and then fans started rushing out on the ice, so shit's just everywhere. People taking pictures, grabbing you left and right, like can you sign this? Can you take a picture with me? Blah blah. And so it was just a super cool experience too. And um, but yeah, it was definitely a rowdy time, and ended up running up to the finally once we got everybody, and running up to the locker room, and just you know case of champagne and booze and everything, you name it, whatever, everything taped off and wrapped up and everything, and boys just going absolutely nuts. It was awesome.
I mean, Ames was doing the boot chug. He's got
The
the
boot
skate.
chug, yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep, I
How
had a
was
little
that?
cameo in the back of that one too. I was behind there, but I don't know what the hell I was about to do. I was chugging something, or maybe I was spraying champagne, whatever it was. But So my little claim to fame on that one. But yeah, no, Ames is boot jug, man. The guy's an animal, absolute animal. But hell of a dude, awesome guy. It would do anything for any of the boys, and so he was a great guy to have around. But seeing that video blow up and everything, and that was just super cool. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Um, what was like the best song in the locker room? Like you're like, wow, this is it. Like, was there a song?
Uh, shit. I should know this. Don't clip this shit yet.
Oh,
I don't know the damn name of this song. Let me see. Is it Hey Baby?
ooh,
Yeah.
ah, I
Yeah,
wanna.
yeah.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah.
That's the song.
I should know that. Don't clip me on that one. We gotta redo that part. But yeah, Hey Baby was our go-to. So I was like all of our YouTube.
Yeah.
Uh
Hey, baby.
let me see here. Oh no, no, no. Yeah. Can I find it? I wonder if I can find it. Oh, this isn't it. Anyway, yeah, redo that question. Fuck. I don't want to end up butchering it, but yeah, anyway.
All right, whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna put that in the clip, but
Well, yeah, so hey, all right, so if you're not putting it in, Hey Baby was the song.
"Hey,
Um,
baby's" the song.
but yeah, we'd always like, we all band up and crowding together and shit around we had this big mat in the middle of the rink, in the middle of the room there in the locker room, and so we're all just like arm in arm, whatever. We had uh our maintenance guy in there, Carlos. The guy was an absolute beauty. He was always just like, busting his ass to clean the rink 24/7, and like did a great job too. Super cool dude. And so we had him and his wife in there, and they're all singing and shit. So yeah, our go-to for post-game W's was Hey Baby. Yeah.
Nice little switch up from Bayana.
Dude, I miss Bayana though. Bayana was electric.
That was
Loved that
pretty
one.
electric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after we beat Babson the year before you came in. Fuck, dude.
Oh my,
That was
Bayana Babson. I remember hearing about that in
yeah.
playoffs, right?
Yeah. It was first round playoffs. We ended up
Oh,
upsetting Babson, and Bayana was just on replay for weeks. Just, but yeah, good
I
one.
mean, you beat Babson in playoffs, and then being a recruit and seeing that, I was like, fucking go,
Yeah,
I'm fired up to be a
yeah,
Husky.
yeah. Yeah, it was a good recruiting piece. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. So two more questions here. So how was your first fight in the Fed, and how were you feeling after that one?
uh, yeah. Well, actually, funny story. Before the fight, it was my first weekend. It was my second game of the season. Second pro game, and if you didn't, I don't know if you remember in our group chat firing off. We had so our first weekend, our jerseys weren't ready, and so we had to wear our NA3s jerseys, and so so jerseys aren't in. I'm kind of rattled about that, right? I'm like first pro game, and our jerseys aren't in yet, and so I'm like whatever, move on, do my thing, getting ready, and one of the guys who was our EQ for a little bit comes over to me. He's like, "Hey, we got two jerseys. One's number 22, and one's number 35. But 35 is a goalie jersey. So, but on the other hand, 22 is already taken. Our captain's wearing it, so we're gonna have to tape up the number." I'm like, "Cool." Tape up the number. No chance I'm wearing a goalie's jersey. Not happening. So we go on. I don't know. 10 minutes later, he comes back to me. He goes, "Hey, so Billy said you got to wear 35." Oh no, actually, butchering that part. So backtrack a little bit. So I go say 22, right? So he goes into the locker room and starts taping it up. He's got black tape taping a huge just blank spot over the two. And like, bro, like let's make this into an 8 or something, or you know what I mean? We'll fix this up. So we pull it off, making it into an 8 and move on. So 10 minutes goes by. He comes back, he goes, hey, I just showed the jersey to Billy and he said you can't do it. We already have you rostered as wearing number 35. So you gotta wear the jersey. So I'm like, are you fucking serious? I gotta wear, not only do we not have our own jerseys, but now I'm wearing a fucking goalie jersey, my first pro game. Like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like taping the shit out of it, clear taping and everything up and trying to like make it look somewhat normal and not just like looking like a flying squirrel out there. But anyway, so second game comes around and I'm going to make a change, but I hit this kid last, like right before I get on the bench, right? Or right before I go to get on the bench and give him like an extra couple of shoves or whatever. And he didn't like it too much. So he grabs onto me and I'm about to like get on the bench and he's holding on still. And he's like, you want to go? And I like looked over him at him for a second. I'm like, you shit me. Like, all right. I was like, I guess so. So turn around, threw off the gloves and just pound the kid down and um, got a good, decent video of that one. But there's actually a buddy of mine that played with him in college and stuff. So we were chatting in the box after and stuff. And he calls over. He goes, "Hey, you do that often?" And I was like, "Not really, a few times." He goes, "Fuck, man, like you got me pretty damn good," and gave him a good shiner. But so it was a fun first pro fight. It was pretty cool. So not too bad.
Nice. That's awesome. And so, yeah, that was a nasty fight. I was like, holy fuck, he's fighting again.
Yeah.
And then so what's next for you? Are you trying to, you know, are you going to come back? Or are you trying to, go up the ranks? Is your goal to, get to the ECHL or the ACA, I mean, the AHL? What's your goal?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to move up and go as absolutely far as I possibly can, right? I don't plan on for myself staying in the league very long, but just kind of see where things take me and got an agent right before the season ended. So hopefully he can help me out too as well and then just doing my part on the off season too and getting in the gym and putting in my work and stuff. Just trying to better myself and yeah, so I'd like to be moving up. I'm still signed with Danbury for another couple of years. So if all else fails, I'll be going back there and get to enjoy my time there too as well. But you know, being competitive and everything, right? Like I don't want to stay one place. I want to keep moving the ranks and the best I can and as long as I can, right? Like I absolutely enjoy the game and and don't want to end quite yet, and it'd be nice to see how far I can get. And so East Coast would be cool, but I know I know I got a lot to work on, and there's always room for improvement and stuff too. So yeah, just like I said, love to move up. That's the hopes and that's the plan. And I just got to do my part and better myself and get in there. So
And then so the next league above that is the SP, right?
yeah, so in professional hockey league, yep.
Is that and who's your so you guys are like the farm team to who? Who you guys-
So we're our own league. The Fed
Oh,
is its own, right? So I'm contracted there right now, right, for the next couple of years. But I can still go up, say I go to the SP, I can still get contracted there. And then just, if all else fails, and I go back to the Fed, I'm still just set with Danbury. I couldn't go anywhere else, right? Unless they send me off or whatever it may be. So they're their own entity, they're their own thing, completely separate. Yeah.
all right, we'll ask you one last question here. Um, what about the Trashers jersey? Is there going to be a an appearance for, like a Trasher jersey?
I hope so. I was hoping to be able to get it this year. Especially growing up, around the area, and my dad and I used to go to those games all the time, and those were some crazy hockey games for damn sure, and some crazy fans too. But yeah, so I grew up going to those games a lot. That little stint they had, and that would have been super cool to have it. But we had the Danbury Whalers uh, had their 10th anniversary, so of winning their championship too. So yeah, we ended up doing their jerseys this year and doing a little remake of those with our colors and everything. But I'm hoping, you know, be cool to get a jersey in the trash jersey with $11 on the back. That'd be pretty sweet. But we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Well, hopefully, Galante hears that one.
Yeah, dude, I put up a hell of I mess around with logos, and I put together a pretty cool logo, if I do say so myself. A little mashup between the hat tricks and the trashers, um, that the boys were really a big fan of, and so I would have loved to have done something with that. Whether it be on a jersey or anything, I don't know, but it'd just be cool to like have that put out there or something, Um, but we'll see.
Yeah, I got to keep the history alive.
Yeah,
But thanks for having you on here, Dowler.
yeah.
It's
Thanks for
awesome.
having me, man.
All right, we'll end it here. Episode 11. Thanks, guys.